2 letters. 1 word. The meaning of life. Yeah. How we motherfucker, boy. Let's go. Previously on Kimba TV. Would still love to clean that. Clean that. Clean that. Would be nice. Alright, but I am already in a little bit of a long there. And then this could be an interesting area like we talked about for a potential short. Alright. Who chose it? Oh no, what happened to Bookmap? Let me load up Bookmap. How we doing? All right, I got a little bit of coffee here. Yo, give it up for the higher time frame levels. What y'all think about that? What the fuck? Look at these. Hey, by the way, we've had these for weeks. Higher time frame levels. Level to level. Bang, 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 bang. What's gold doing? Okay, dollar, good. What about ETH BTC? Okay, it did not hit the 1.5 bearish retest on 7.5. Okay. What about DOT? Did y'all see where DOT went to? It almost swept that thing, boy. Damn. I was ready for this bitch too. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Schwiggity on him. Schwiggity on him. Raphael says, I tried to get in on that DOT. Me too. I'm not in DOT. I think it'll sweep. Be patient. This is going to happen, Raphael. We just got to be patient, my boy. Yeah, I was ready. But in the end, it didn't happen. So it'll happen soon. How y'all doing, though? Okay, we're going to watch this. 60,200, huh? Interesting. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on that. 60,200 today. Hopefully it tucks back in. Then it's like an easy short, you know, to clean 57.5. We clean. All right, not too bad. We still have 170 million longs down there at 54. And then how much time is left on this 30-minute candle? 5 minutes. Okay, I'll wait 5 minutes. Yeah. How we doing? What you doing, huh? I want to see if where we are at the 30-minute candle close. All right, how we doing? How y'all doing? Costa, thank you for the resub. Shadow says, how are Bugamas, brother? The U.S. market isn't open yet. Yeah, so we can take a look at it in about 40 minutes, Shadow Dancer. Sounds good. Any other questions? How y'all doing? Y'all Gucci. Y'all Gucci. Yeah, so we got to be ready for that. ETH, we're also ready. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We ready for that tang. We got the boxes lined up. We got this ready to go. Ugh. Yeah, man, we just straight schwiggity with it, baby. We just straight schwiggity with it. You have any questions, Thomas? There might be a head short opportunity, so I'm ready to take a stab, depending on, you know, what kind of reactions we see. Obviously, we don't want to grab all the single print. We got CME gap fill, so do you remember all the levels that we talked about? Kind of like the 61.5, 61.6, 60,600 coming up, level to level, obviously. So failed auction here on this level. Robinacci. 10 binds. What about Sol? We could take a look at Sol, my boy. Well, nothing has changed. Long, right? We talked about long here, short there, and yeah. Any questions? It looks like it's doing exactly what we talked about before I left for New York, right? So a lot of you guys were in that long. Whoop. This was kind of like your long opportunity. Here's your bearish retest. Obviously not clean, not clean. So sweeping of that would be a nice little short, yeah? So it just depends on if you're caught up. Make sure you got like that super thorough TA. All right, but it looks pretty straightforward on Sol. You dig, you dig. Y'all Gucci. Higher time frame, Bugatti money. Bugatti money. Bugatti money. We juicing like a motherfucker, y'all. We juicing like a motherfucker, y'all. So looks pretty straightforward to me. Remember the breakout, bullish retest, go to the range, come back down. It's just bing bong ding dong, you heard me? Just bing bong ding dong, you heard me? All right, any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? I got a whole bunch of shit I got to get caught up on. I got to regroup in motherfucking Houston. I got to regroup with Swap Beezy. I got to regroup with Nerd. Got to see what y'all been up to. You know what I'm saying? 411P says, I'm in a long from 58.8. Should I worry something? No, not until you lose that line. Were you here for the morning TA, brother? So a couple of things. First things first, everybody is aware of the gap, yeah? What do you guys remember when we said what kind of data will suggest we're going to gap fill, what will not? What about, do you guys remember things like the longer that we stay inside, the higher probability it'll rotate? You guys remember all the shit that we talk about when it comes to stuff like this? What are some things that will say, oh shit, we're gonna actually fill the gap? What are some things that might tell us, hey, we're gonna go to the other side? What are some things that will say, hey, we're not gonna actually fill the whole thing? So if you can't remember, that's okay, but that's maybe something that you wanna focus on. Alrighty. So, you know, if we start doing this, y'all better not be mad at me. What do you mean you're in a long from there, top long game motherfucker? You know, if it does some crink, 3 drives, I'm gonna just, you know, whatever edge we can get, we'll take. All right. Lati says, do you think NVIDIA earnings going to carry S&P upwards today? I would think so, yes. Arrow Fury is asking, would you shave your 63.8 short somewhere if it starts reclaiming levels? No, I would get stopped out in profit. I shaved a little. Hey, Arrow. So you know that I've had these lines for months now. Not even weeks, months, right? I've had these levels for months. So, I got stopped out on the 58.3 long, got back in it, and I shaved I don't know, 65 out of the 100 on the short, so I would get stopped out on the rest of the remainder of the short because I already TP'd a good chunk. Yeah, I mean, think about it for a second, Arrow. These lines I've had for months. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy for me to, you know, short there, long there. You heard me? Think about how long I've had these lines. Yeah, and then like this long, I'll get stopped out in profit. all of them are gonna get stopped out in profit eventually, and I'm just shaving at like good levels, arrow. So I could see this going back up to 63 again if it wants to go, especially if it can surpass. Do you remember when I was talking about the 61.6, 61.5 on Monday or Tuesday, arrow? That's a pretty weak level. And so if it doesn't reject from there, we'll probably go back up again. So that's where I have my stop loss and profit for the short. So 61.7, 61.8 is kind of the invalidation for the short, arrow. Is that what you were asking? Does that help answer your question? Does that help answer your question? That 61.6, 61.7 is where I would be looking at to stop out all of the shorts, because it'll probably go back up to 63, 64 again. Alrighty. So here is, we're coming up on this level, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming up on this level. Schwiggity swag. 30-minute candle close in 3 minutes. Will the body stay above 60,600? Or will it not? J-Ski says, I didn't realize you weren't along, so I was wondering if there was a reason you weren't that I missed so I could learn on that. Turns out there was nothing. Yeah, and it would not surprise me if I get stopped out and we go down into the 57s. And, you know, it's going to be, I'm going to be, if I do get stopped out, I'm going to be looking at the data. Because think about it for a second too, J-Skis. And I want you to get caught up with me on all this, but this is DOT. You know, you've been here long enough, right? You know about DOT, right? How many of y'all been riding with me to like remember when I put that line right there at 3.5 on DOT? So I'm still waiting for that thing. If we get a swing fail on 3.5, I'm in that thing. I don't know how long I've been talking about this with you guys, right? So on like alts, I'm still waiting for lower. How many of y'all been with me on ETH when we said, hey man, 23 hundo sweep would be nice, right? But I have that level identified. I also have this level identified, and I also have the 1904 identified. So, you know, I'm not gonna be freaking out whether it pumps or dumps. This is ETH, by the way, on daily. This is kind of nice. This is actually really nice. You know what I think about ETH when I see this? This bitch gonna get swept. No. But maybe it sweeps that first. Then we go clean. You know, this was support for quite some time, right? Bounce, 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 bounce. Fuck! Okay, well, not only do you have shitty highs up there, you haven't actually done a bearish retest yet. So yeah, I still think lots of opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this shit's gonna get swept too. I think for today, 60,600, you know, back tested, looks like turning into support. The next level on Binance for me is around the 61,325. There's a point of control around 400, 500. You also have single prints there. The CME gap fill is at 62,250. All right, CME also has a level of interest at 61.8. So I'm going to take it level by level. 61.8, CME is going to confluence with that 61.6 number we talked about on Monday, right? Or was it Tuesday? So let's go, happy 420. Lots saying pump till FOMC, then drop. Okay, yeah. I mean, that just makes common sense, but I don't give a shit what anybody else says. I'm still gonna read the data, right? Because if I start to feel like, holy fuck, there's a lot of longs trapped again, then I'm gonna short that bitch, and we all know what that's gonna mean, right? Yeah, so I think it's good to like hypothesize or have a scenario of what you generalizably can expect. but you always want to read the data and make your final decision off of what you're seeing is actually happening in front of you. Joshy says, hey, Kimba, is it likely we don't see 62 until a little pullback? No. I think 62 is pretty probable. I would love it for it to go to 57, but it doesn't have to go to 57. Do you know how long I've had this 59,000 line? I'm a pretty big higher time frame guy, am I not? Have you been following along with me talking about the longs that I get into? I'm really hoping we get 76. The shorts that I get into, I'm betting that the value area low doesn't hold and that we get 47. So that's always going to be my sort of top level thought that will trickle down into the smaller time frame trades that I might entertain, Hector. Okay, but I don't know. I can't tell the future. So I'm looking for data to tell me if I should have a long or a short, or if I have an opportunity to protect myself, and I'm executing. What's Hector? Do you want to tell me exactly what position you're in right now? And we can have the most objective, man-to-man, honest conversation about what I would think about your position. All right, how we doing, ladies and gentlemen? 26 minutes left on the hourly. It's 1:30 in New York, so 2 hours and 30 minutes left. VWAP coming in for the rescue on CME, ladies and gentlemen. Juice! Hidden bull div still in play. POC untapped. VWAP untapped.
Baby?
What's up, baby? Sure, brother. What do you want to look at? You know, we looked at ETH BTC earlier in the day, so make sure that you're kind of caught up on what I need ETH to do. That's not that great, so you know that bitch is going to get swept. For ETH, I would love the 2300 to get swept, swing fail pattern. If that doesn't work, then we're looking at 2555, and I would love sub 2000s as well. So we'll just take it level by level. These are the levels that I'm looking at. Obviously, never put blind limits because you need to have edge as you get down there and when you get down there. But those are the levels I'm looking at for ETH. The best way would be to look at order flow on CME. It will depend on that scenario. So every time it's a little bit different. Maybe it's S&P confluence. If it happens at 57, we'll just have to talk about it and go over it. Each one's a little bit different. It makes a difference if it does it during Macaulay. It makes a difference if it does it during the weekend. It makes a difference if there's any sort of bull div that you're trying to anticipate, or a bear div. Good question though, Koludin. It's hard to tell whether if it's going to go to the golden pocket or the 382. But open interest and positions opening at the bottom should tell you if there's another lower low or a higher high coming. The best thing that I would be able to help you with, Koludin, is the understanding that it doesn't make sense to let people back in if the objective was to stop people out. So let's say, for example, it does this, and you see open interest go down, but open immediately again. That will probably indicate an opportunity to stop all these people out and then go. If it bounces and everybody is stopped out and it starts to do this, then what you need to do is watch net longs and net shorts. If no longs open, very low chance it's going to come back here, because it doesn't make sense to let them do that and then get in. So if it stays flat, chances are it's going to go above. It's going to stay above. But you got to just see it. Every scenario is a little bit different. It's not like a generalizable black and white. So you understand like the open interest concepts that we talk about, Collodine? So like if there's bottom shorts trapped, it's going to hold on to the 38205 more than going all the way back to the golden pocket, for example, because there's so many shorts about to get squeezed. Y'all dare me to put some blind limits in? I'm just kidding. I'll see you guys in 5-6 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. The math is the math. The juice is the juiced. I'm excited for PCE tomorrow, especially if it's a bad low. You know what it is. All right, y'all. Hey, Sato, tell them what happens if they don't have stop losses. Tell them what happens if they don't have stop losses, Sato.